limestone like the rest of Israel, like these white stones here. This is lava that cooled off on the surface. Tomorrow, when we drive all the way to the eastern side of the Golan Heights, which the Golan Heights is right over there, it's a long stretch over there. When we drive to the eastern side, this is a local sort of rock formation, and you can see here how the Romans are playing with the colors. The pavement of the main sort of like the road is with this local dark stone, while the pillars and the structures are with the the limestone, which is white. They're playing with it also in the theater, and this is something that we're going to see throughout. Tiberias, the old buildings are also built from this old stone, dark stone, and they're also playing with the white and the black. It's so the road is right here, and on both sides there's this line of pillars, and the sidewalk is on the side of this line of pillars. Those pillars supported the roof, pretty much like we saw in Jerusalem, all right? And the stores are in niches, sort of are on the right, on the side of them. So this is mostly for chariots. You can see like on the, this is, by the way, there is a play here again between what's original. You see the original pavements? Yeah. And this is very clearly not the original. It was sort of put or designed in a way that would be similar to the original, so we could fill up here the gap, but it doesn't mean to fool us to believe that this is original. So this is how, when you're reconstructing a place after you finish up the archaeological digging, you want to leave it in a way that people could sort of understand better the way it was, without fooling them to believe that what's not original is original, like this staircase. What you're standing on is original, but right on top of it is something that was put that is similar to the original, but is very clearly not original. So it's sort of
filling in.
Yeah. No, this is this is the original, and this is
not. Okay.
This is not. And one thing that you can see here with the original and with the what comes after it is that they're lined in an angle to the line of the street, and this is done in purpose because the main traffic here was chariots and carriages. So you don't want to. And there are cracks in between, right? Sure. So if you line it like this, or like this, it would trap, the wheel would trap in them. Here it just slides over it. So it's not, it's nice to see how this sort of archaeological findings is,
like a spine.
and it sort of helps us understand the way the life was here. There is under the street where you guys are standing, there is like a sewer system. It's a drainage system, not sewer system. It's to collect the water and to drive it
sewer system. Okay.
It's drainage more than sewer, right? It's every drop of water is being collected right underneath.
Oh, underneath.
There is a tunnel, yeah. Let's walk here and get on the sidewalk so we won't be run over some chariot coming through here. Over here. Basalt? Okay, basalt. Right, decorating the public space. It's very nicely done. It's for a public space. But then, some maybe centuries later, the mode changed and they are doing or redoing the flooring here, and they're building this marble on top of the basilica, of the mosaic, right? It changes, they renovate, and we're moving to another sort of. By the way, marble like this one here is not anywhere to be found around here. It had to be brought either from Egypt or from Turkey. So it shows you that those people had the money to spend on things that were not just the necessities, also stuff that was. Leisure. It was never an important Jewish center in this period. The Jews were living in more sort of smaller farming communities around. This was more...
These are the stores, shops, at a time.
The most, I'll let you look at all, but the most beautiful one is this one here.
Starting from the 5th millennium BCE through the Egyptian and Canaanite periods up to biblical times. From the top of the tell is an impressive view of the mountains of Gilad to the east and the mountains of Gilboa to the west. The story of King Saul and his sons, who died in battle against the Philistines, and whose bodies were hung on the walls of Beit Shan, is retold up on the hill. In the year 749 CE, during the early Arab period, a severe earthquake leveled the city and destroyed the entire region.
Fallen columns as a result of the big earthquake.
In the mosaic work that we saw in the synagogue, when they had this dedication sort of part of the mosaic, they had these ears on the side. It's like a candy wrap. So this is very simple. Sometimes you have a whole inscription here, but this could be the sign of some, sometimes it's a sign of an army unit that built this stretch of a wall or some project. Here it makes sense, it's being used in a secondary use. This was first like a plaque somewhere on the project or something, and then years later it was taken as just another sort of pavement stone to pave the street. So this started its life somewhere else and then was moved here, and this is the sign or a symbol of some maybe army unit, maybe a sort of auxiliary engineering force. You find this throughout the country. We talked also about the fact that sometimes raved into the streets of the city, you find board games that you could sort of almost see how they kind of use themselves with. We're here right at the edge that will take you over the creek, northeast towards the Golan Heights, climbing up the Golan Heights all the way to the plateaus of Syria. Very important international highway goes through here. And the pillars on both sides. The hippodrome was on the side of the road, remember from the model. And
how far is the mass?
Yeah, always a good question. Yeah. I think in this region, like the bathhouses, it was still, you know, maybe separated one side, maybe, but there's no sort of clear cut to that.
Bathhouse, huh?
My kids always say that good question.
Should have given a live demonstration.
It's not that the Romans invented the arch, but they used it while the Greeks did not, and we're going to walk through under really a great and the effect that took place here.
Look at that.
Capability to stay focused, and it was like a whole day event. We would come to the theater. Galilee.
Okay.
Yeah, the Sea of Galilee is in between the Golan Heights and the Sea of Galilee, and the Galilee. On the left side is Tgania, the first of the kibbutzim that were built in the country, and this is the beginning of the Jordan River as it exits the Sea of Galilee, starting its journey towards the Dead Sea. It's getting some infusion of water just after the dam. They're channeling some water from the sea, and the left side is a baptismal site. This is where we're going to go all the way to the water.